Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video and tuning in. Today the makeup tutorial I'm going to do for you is of a look that I think is both daytime wearable but also an evening glam. On one side it has some colors, some bright colors into it, but on the other hand it's all matte, so it's also good for a day-to-day kind of look. If you're already subscribed to this channel, then howdy, how are you? Good to see you again. But if you're not, consider subscribing, then you get notified every time that I upload a new video. So if you want to see how to get a very nice, soft, matte, but still festive kind of look with some purple eyeliner and orange shadows, keep on watching. For primer, I'm using the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer all over my face. I already moisturized, so I'm just using this to help me absorb any excess oil and make all my pores disappear. For foundation, and don't worry, all the shades and numbers are in the description box. I'm mixing the Maybelline NY Fit Me and the MAC Face and Body foundation, but I'm also adding a drop of my Farsali Rose Gold Elixir. And I know I said this is a matte look. Don't worry, by the end of this tutorial my face will be matte. This combination actually worked out really nice for me. I even forgot about the nasty blemish that I have there on my chin. It managed to cover that pretty good, so yeah. I also primed my lids with that foundation, and to set them, I used my Laura Mercier translucent powder and a very soft and relatively big brush, making sure that they are no longer tacky and very smooth. For my brows, I'm using the MORPHE Micro Brow Pencils, and I first go in with Java, which is on the dark spectrum of browns, and I use it just to matte my brow and fill in the gaps in the outer, let's say, 3/4 of the eyebrow. Then I use Hazelnut, a lighter shade, and I use it to do hair-like strokes to fill in the inner quarter of my brow. That area is lighter by nature since it has less hairs in it, and I want to keep my brows natural as possible, so I follow that gradient. To finish my eyebrows, I'm using the NYX Brow Gel to comb my brow hair up and make sure they stay put. The first eyeshadow that I'm using is Poppy from MakeupGeek, and I basically run it all over my mobile eyelid. All the shadows I'm using today are from MakeupGeek, and I really love this bright color. It would be really nice as a base for the entire look. Next, I'm going with Burlesque and a tiny brush to draw an outer V starting close to my lashes and going up into my crease. Now this technique is really nice because you can just draw the shape that you want in a very precise way and then blend it with a bigger, fluffier brush like I do right here to smoke it out and achieve that sultry effect while keeping it wearable. If you go in with a dark shadow directly with a bigger brush, you might go overboard, and though you can get a very beautiful look, it won't necessarily be something that you'd want to go to work with. So I'm using this tiny brush that can actually give me a lot more control, and it's really important to take some time to really evaluate and check that both eyes look the same. So I'm just adding more of that shadow where I feel it's needed, and I'm making sure to blend it so I get that nice smokiness but no harsh lines. The last eyeshadow is Mango Tango, and that would be the shade that I use for blending the edges of everything I did so far and to really bring it all together. To add extra definition to my lashes, I'll go in with the Ben Nye Media Pro Eye Definer in the color Aubergine and frame my entire lid with it. Now the way I like to do it is to start from the middle of the eye outwards, and the reason for that is that I want to go to the inner corner when there is only a little product left on my brush. I don't want to go and try to create a very fine line with a brush that is packed with product, so I kind of waste it or use the majority of what I have on the brush on the middle and outer parts of my lash line, leaving the inner part to the end. As a topper, I'm using this purple shade from the Maybelline City Mini Palette and an itsy bitty brush to just add a little of that purple tone to the eyeliner. Using this brush, I'm just tapping the eyeshadow where I applied the eyeliner, and I'm trying again to keep it minimal to the inner corner and wider at the outer. Before I conceal and powder my under eyes, I just want to be done with the liquids, and I'm going to bronze my face using the Natasha Denona Face and Glow Foundation in the shade 95. Using it with the same foundation brush that I used to buff that foundation strategically on the bottom of my cheekbones, my forehead and jawline. Now for under my eyes, I start with these two shades from the MAC palette. One is a more peachy and the other is more yellow toned, and this way I can get to color correct my blue discoloration and lift or brighten that under eye area. I also use this concealer in the outer corner to clean a little bit any fallout that might have happened there, but also to give a more lifted effect to the eyes, and I blend it with my fingers. Now I'm also using this Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum Corrector because I just felt that I need a little bit more help, a little bit more color correcting on my blue areas there. And I don't mind using them one on top of the other because they're both very lightweight, they don't look cakey or anything like that. And again, I'm setting it with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. To set the face, I use this Smashbox palette. Ooh! I didn't know that was there. And I'm gonna use that to set wherever I placed that Face and Glow foundation. It's not a very matte foundation, it's very dewy, and we're all about that matte vibe right now. Plus, this would intensify the bronzing effect and make sure that it would stay all day long. Moving on to the lower lash line, I'm taking that Burlesque again with a small brush and use it as close to the lower lashes as possible. Now I don't know if you can see this, but I make sure to get to the lash line from under the lashes themselves. This avoids any fallout that would be caused if you go over the lashes, so I suggest to think about that. And of course, I'm connecting the lower lash line with the top one. Next, I'm going in with Mango Tango to blend that Burlesque shade and to get that very smokiness, sexy feel. Though I wouldn't worry about this being too intense since this is still a very soft and light pink, so you can go as low as you want with this. With that aubergine liner, I'm also tightlining both the top and lower waterlines. Have to say, not my favorite part of this makeup process. I'm not kidding, it's not really comfortable and I had to step away from that for a few seconds, but you know what they say, no guts, no glory, right? If you need to, you can always stop, go back to it later on, and even use a Q-tip to absorb any tears before they roll down your makeup. Then again, I'm topping that with the purple eyeshadow I used before. And that's a tip I actually use a lot on myself and my clients. Once you add a powder over a liquid formula, it sets and it stays there. It also makes it pop a little bit more color-wise, and it's very much the same like you would powder your concealer, right? I mean, it's the same idea. For blush, I wanted to go with something very universal, so I'm going with this pink coral shade from the Jouer palette. And I applied how I usually apply blush, on the apples of my cheeks and blending it upwards and outwards. For mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black, and since this mascara can get a little bit clumpy, I used a disposable one to separate my lashes. But of course, if you like that and you prefer that clumpy look, go ahead and skip that, just leave it like that. No problem, it's a very personal preference. I personally like my lashes separate and fluffy, but you go ahead and do whatever suits you. Now lashes. This was a struggle. I used the Ardell Lash Trios and my Duo Glue, and I didn't want to go full on with the full strip, so these trios are actually a good and comfortable alternative. That being said, I had a really hard time with these. I don't know why. I use them all the time, but you know how that is. Some days are just not for lashes, I guess. Anyway, I applied a medium trio right on the corner in the outer corner of my eyes, and another 2 short trios just next to it, closer to the middle, and I think it gives a nice and natural lift to the entire look without being too dramatic. For lips, I started with a light pink lip liner, and I basically just lined and filled my entire lips with it. Now, this is not a color I would usually go for, but I'm also using this deep burgundy lip liner only on the edges of my lips. And I also fill the outer corners with that lip liner, and I know it looks weird, but there's a bit of magic happening when you blend them one into another with a dense synthetic brush. Now you can see that once I blend these lip liners together, I get this beautiful ombre effect that I just love. I think it makes my lips look very plumped and full and sexy, though it's still very natural. And of course, if you blended too much or if you accidentally ran your brush outside of your lips, you could always go back, line them again, make sure those light pink and deep red really show, and blend again. For that matte effect, I used this MAC Mineralize Skin Finish on the center of my face, and yep, that's it. An all matte makeup look that fits every occasion, every look, every age, every outfit. You could either take it down a notch by skip the false lashes or even don't put the purple eyeshadow on top of the eyeliner there, or you can even tone it up a little bit and do some bold lips and a full strip of lashes. Whatever you do, you will look great. Oh, and do me a favor, would you leave me a comment down below? Let me know if you prefer this version of things where I do a voiceover, or if you prefer the previous one where I talked while I apply my makeup. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching again. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Do it. Come on, I'm waiting. Thank you again. See you next time. Bye!